of setting where every frag matters. We're going to be getting into the game. ForZe starting on that CT side, Liquid having to work their way back on the T side.
3 sets of Kevlar for Team Liquid. Twist, Elige, and Naf have it on board. Got utility in Spears on Team Liquid as they start to run in towards B. Elige has already got himself water control. The rest of his posse arrive as well. They'll eventually leave that behind. They're going to go for the bait and switch in the barrels. I like this.
There you go. It's been usually is pretty successful because, I mean, I think it's just human to not necessarily check for 2 people there. As Z-Power pushes out at the right time to find Stewie. That's a bomb dropped as well.
Well, and Twist and Naf getting it done on the kills, but Flit steps up with a double. Naf and Twist finished off, and it leaves Elige and Nitro into a 2 versus 3. Elige will sit in the water area. Z-Power at the door swings wide in towards his face. He wants to get it done with the USP. He's just a tap away, but it's Nitro on the Glock that'll take him away. So it's into a 2v2 and so low on FaceCrack and Flit as well.
Yeah, it's one tap from either of these players to down them. We'll see, though. They've also vacated the premises, as at least partly. Flit being the sole defender over towards B. He does have a USP still, though, so that one-shot range is, a one-shot kill is still a possibility. We'll see how aggro he decides to play this as well. If he wants to wait for FaceCrack or if he just wants to jump at the opportunity to get a kill.
Well, Flit, again, so low, can't really afford to just swing into the open. Has to wait on his teammate to come in from heaven to try and assist him. Have 2 prongs to the approach back into the bomb site, and they're not going to go for the plant here, Liquid. They hear the one player's up towards heaven, dropped into water. He's going to get aggressive. FaceCrack has to deny the bomb plant, but Nitro picks up both kills, both headshots as well. 1-0 here for Team Liquid. They get the pistol.
Yeah, Liquid's best performer from the first map, starting off map number 2 in a pretty strong fashion. That's what you like to see, and that's what you need for Liquid as well. We talked about how we were constantly expecting Liquid to grab, you know, the footing of the Mirage game and get back into it off the bad start. Now they don't have to worry about that. As you see the GG.bet odds, Liquid favored 1-11 or 1.11 odds, 5.83 for a ForZe map win. I mean, obviously, a map win at this stage would also mean that ForZe take the series.
Yeah, we've seen the similar odds on the last map as well. ForZe had like 6-point-something odds, and they still ended up pulling it off, so pretty incredible stuff from them. But here comes the push. Almir's able to pick up Elige, but Stewie is there for multiple kills, although Flit, he's very, very quick to reply. And the bomber rolled down the stairs, so to a 3v3 Liquid being tested a little bit here by the force by ForZe. The bomb is in their domain. They're going to have to try and go in and recover this. Naf at the top of the stairs, starts to make his way over, jumps across the corner, and there's the kill from Nitro. 2 on the Galil. It's all on the FaceCrack, left alone as they start to walk in towards him. Unable to get a single kill. So unfortunate there.
I have not what he was hoping for. Nearly downs Nitro. Nonetheless, so ForZe put a bit of a scare into Liquid, even though they do handle that pretty nicely eventually. Nice kind of double peek setup with a long jump from Liquid to find 2 kills there to bring him back into an advantage. 2-0. ForZe, as you said, they had forced into it, so they're going to have to pump the brakes for this one. Just save on. They've got 2 nades. I'm not really sure what that's going to do or amount to necessarily. See if they have a plan in mind. So they're just set up for a bit of a monster crunch on the side of ForZe, but it's going to be the first kill onto Naf. It's going to do the trick. Still 1 deagle from a Mauser. Oh, is this going to spread?
Oh.
It is.
You always think it's not going to, and then the last second it does.
Yeah, and at that point it's too late.
Yeah.
You know you're going to take so much damage.
You're backed into a corner. You might as well have just ran away from it straight away. But Elise will pick up Almirza, the headshot coming in the Mac 10. FaceCrack, Flit, and Jerry left alone, but FaceCrack, he just jumps into Elise, takes him away with a UMP. And multiple players come in towards him. He's playing this one well, forcing them to come to him. But Twist, he'll take that fight and he'll win it. So on to Flit and Jerry. Good nade there coming in. The double stack comes off the truck, and that'll drop Twist.
Ooh. Nitro down to 7 HP as well. You could tell that's what they were saving the 2 nades for, seemingly, or at least they had a plan for it. It was really well done.
Yeah.
Now, can they complete the task, though? No defuse kit, so they kind of need to get a move on.
Well, coming towards Stewie. Stewie's just holding. We'll want 1 or 2, but Nitro will take the second. Okay, 3-0 start for Team Liquid. A little bit more orthodox.
Wait, Nitro actually got tagged once in that fight. He was on 7 HP and went down to 1.
Oh, he's so lucky. We said in the last rod as well. You know, the P255
yeah,
was in connector.
Facecrack expecting him to have already gone down. Well, he's having the margins go his way so far, at least. That puts Liquid at a 3-0 lead. But now we're going to see a buy-in from ForZe. We've seen Z-Power, even though it didn't top the stats, the previous one, definitely had impact with the op as well. This is definitely a map that allows itself for oppers to just really go wild, as we see Speak of the Devil.
Yeah, getting boosted over there, taking the kill in towards water, leaves Liquid at a man deficit immediately in round number 4. So this is where they need to turn things around, try and pull this back for them. They want to get off to a good start when it comes to the gun runs, but another boost coming in here from ForZe up towards the toilets. Flit looking over the top in towards the window. And he spots one jump over from connector, but he's been spotted as well. So he has to fall away. At least gets the information from the boost, and they stay alive. Stewie tries to get a kill, and this would be the trade, but unable to get it done. He does do significant damage, but it's on to Nitro, starting the flank from long. This could be the linchpin. The attack that matters as Nitro takes away Flit, walks right into Z-Power, who has rotated over. But Amazer, he stands out of the smoke. Stewie spots him, and will drop him. So it's into a 3v3 and equilibrium once more.
Bomb still not down. Z-Power waiting eagerly. Stewie makes the cross towards Optimus. Inside the smoke.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Found. Leaves must have spotted something from the top of plant boxes.
Liquid are hung it to dry at this point. You know, they can't plant the bomb. They're covered from both sides. It's so.
It's a rough one. Oh. They do actually get rid of Jerry, though, and that's going to give them the momentum needed. Twist also connects a bullet onto Z-Power. So, yeah, it looks staggered. It looks iffy for a long period of time. They do manage to get it done there. See the Olaf boost warning. Not many players who leaves 2 signatures on one map, but exactly, Olaf, obviously a bit of a special player.
Leads to the map being called Overpass for a couple of people.
Yep.
But this should on paper be around for Liquid quite easily. They're going up against the Force Spy, yes, but their weapons are far superior. And Elige gets the initial headshot. Great stuff there, taking away Z-Part, and it will be Liquid with the man advantage.
Not many players really, not really teams that are as proficient with these streaks as Liquid are. Really early adopters of the weapons.
Flit starts to line them up, only gets the one. Twist able to trade back, but needs to be careful from the door. Facecrack's pushed all the way through spawn. That could have been something, but it doesn't really amount to much as he's finished off by Naf, and it's all on to Jerry. He sang his praises. This will be the time to step up, and on the corner will be Twist taking that one away. 5 in a row for Team Liquid.
Yeah. That hasn't necessarily been squeaky clean from Liquid, but as long as they're getting rounds, that's really what matters. We saw ForZe getting off the 6-0 start on Mirage. This time it's Liquid that's looking primed to do so. Could potentially run away with it. Wasn't much of a competition on the first map, and seemingly Liquid want to just remind everyone who they really are.
Yeah.
So fear not, they're still very much in play for that Cologne spot. For those who didn't catch the first semifinals, whoever wins this one will have to go up against the French powerhouse of G2. And what was a very much improved version of the French than what we saw to start us off in the group stages, where they lost 0-2 to ForZe, actually.
Yeah. And if you guys are also interested in heading over to csgo.net, use the code Cologne, and you'll get a 30% added to your balance. And you also have the opportunity to win some more cool skins.
Here we go. Never a bad thing. Splashes come out. Z-Power has to vacate the premises. Liquid getting some real estate early on. I think that's 3 smokes used from Liquid over in restrooms. Could that be?
Looking at the map, I only see one.
Yeah, no, they definitely double stacked 2 of them over, but I can only see 2 remaining. I think they actually might have used 3 smokes for that tiny area.
That's a lot of utility expended early. Z-Power looking off towards long, has to fall away. At this point, Team Liquid, they've got the map control early. Well, they can start to play their setup, they can play the default, try and get every piece of the puzzle in the correct position.
Coming in. Definitely not expected, not typically how you see that boost used, but works nonetheless. Also is a bit of a tell that there are multiple players here on the side of ForZe. Nav's just going to work through the Molotov just to get Z-Power, but it's quickly traded. Now the crossfire setup from ForZe proving to be too strong. First round on the board as well. And that's even without too much of an impact from Z-Power. Very well done from Almazer. Again, utilizing that boost to negate the smoke. Find themselves on the board. Finally, we'll see if they can keep this up. Potentially put a pressure on Liquid and send them back to an echoing way. Remains to be seen. No op in hand, though. Weren't able to pick that up again after winning the round on the side of ForZe. Probably a little bit too much confusion.
Well, Twist coming in towards water. Molotov goes in towards the tunnel. He has already made it through, but I believe he has been spotted. Now Nitro, he's the man with the SG, and there's the kill. Onto Flit. Traded back towards Connector, though. Z-Power will find Stewie. And it's into a 4v4. Twist starts to make his way around the corner. Up towards short, just in behind the sandbags. One player close by takes that headshot, but walks too far in the open. Face crack, able to get that kill, but the trade is again in from Nav. So 3v2, man advantage for Team Liquid. Bomb getting planted for a Liege. So this is looking good for Liquid, unless Almazer and Z-Power somehow pull this one off. Z-Power's coming in with a big flank. So definitely a position he could get it done from.
Well, looks like their intentions have been made clear for this one. See, not too much money in the bank on the majority of the ForZe players. Flit is sitting somewhat pretty, 3.2 as of right now. Almazer actually going to be brazen enough to go for a bit of an exit frag. He finds a Liege. Nobody really near to chase for him either. So, all around a success. There we go. Jerry really the only one hurting for cash. Z-Power might forego a little bit of utility to drop a weapon for him. I actually see Face Crack knocking. Oh, that was Split actually, I think, to drop an op. Do get a pretty decent buy all around here on the side of ForZe. And they need to bring it back rather quickly. Liquid still not an excellent situation when it comes to their money. 3 players sitting at 300 or below. And obviously that win bonus not really working their way. Or loss bonus, I should say.
Well, this is a change of pace. Stewie flash over the top, runs on in. It's Face Crack lining them up. He only gets the 1 kill, though, as Twist is able to reply. And the rest of Liquid just storming the B-bomb site. Twist just desperately looking for another, but it's Naf that will get that done. And Jerry still alive. They know there's another player to deal with. And the kill's coming through. Twist gets the double. And that's the triple overall in the round. Not Z-Power into the 1v2 clutch. Nice roll plant save. And this is much better for Twist, who had a quiet start in Mirage and a quiet end to it as well. Playing much better here on Overpass.
Yeah, finding heads left and right, and it's finding it at the right time too. It's not just filler frags. Position here is going to be so tough to clear out for Z-Power. He's going to walk up. Probably not even consider it at all. Well, goes for the no-scope actually. Ooh, Twist. As soon as we sing your praises, kind of let us down there, but Nitro's luckily been able to make the rotation up to higher to find the return frag. Well, if Mirage was a one-sided affair after a solid start from Team Liquid, I think there might be something in the air. 7-1 lead. I will say, though, ForZe definitely putting up a fight here and there. It's not like Liquid are able to walk right over them. It's pretty evident by how much money they have to save, or have to hold on to after buying each and every round. Actually, actually double up coming out on the side of ForZe too.
And it's worked. Z-Power with the opening kill. Liege comes in as well to drop Jerry, but FaceCrack's in a bit of a predicament. He will be finished off by Liege. He just keeps walking forward, and I think Team Liquid have found that the B bomb site is quite susceptible to falling to very fast plays. So Liquid just run straight in, take the engagements and win them. And Twist just keeps pushing forward. Z-Power now left alone, probably wanting to save this AWP because Liquid again take the B bomb site by force.
Yeah, this is going to be a pretty rough one, though, considering the fact that they forced into this on the side of ForZe. They stand a lot to lose. Liquid on there, and they're fully aware of it. They've already sent out scouts to figure out where Z-Power might be starting to save. Nitro might actually get the drop on him pretty early on as the first member to find him. Unfortunate timing on the side of Z-Power. Scopes at the wrong time. Nitro gets an easy kill in 8 rounds for Liquid. Well, this is more, I guess, to the norm of what we were expecting. We have a bit of a pause.
Yeah, like we said, though, ForZe, even if they end up losing this map convincingly, again, they should probably just be happy with the performance they got. Taking a map off Liquid is definitely not an easy feat. And they've come in as the replacement team. I think in a lot of these tournaments in the future, they might not be considered as a replacement. Maybe a team they'll bring into the tournament because they've definitely impressed.
Absolutely have. Obviously, the competitive spirit in them is not going to allow them to simply just be happy with a map win. They're going to keep fighting here. Seems like we have a bit of an issue with Jerry. Might have had a PC snafu.
I'm kind of looking forward to seeing if ForZe can do some damage at the CIS minor.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to see if they can make it to the major because that obviously would be their biggest stage.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, we saw throughout the CS minor, Team Spirit were the teams that qualified in the first spot, if I'm not mistaken, or just as quickly as possible, more or less.
I think they also took a loss to Extremum, a team from with Waterfalls on it.
All right.
So Team Spirit, I think they took a map loss against them. Can't remember if it was exactly a loss in terms of a best of 3, but they definitely look very shaky against some of the weaker teams. So I think it's wide open in the CIS region at the minute.
Yeah, I mean, considering what teams are going there, I would probably hold a hold a bit of a favorite card on ForZe to make it through.
Yeah.
Definitely have been solid so far, and they seem to be a team that don't necessarily mess up too much versus, I guess, assumed weaker opposition. But obviously, again, as a somewhat inexperienced team, they do have their ups and downs as well. Definitely a team worth following, though, for sure.
While we're having this short break, you guys can head over again to csgo.net. Use the code Cologne. It's very easy because it's in the title of the tournament.
There you go.
And you can get up to 30% more balance, and you can also win some cool skins. So sounds pretty good to me.
It's definitely worth a try, for sure. Jerry's back on the server. Countdown of freeze time has begun as well. We're going to be getting going in about 5 seconds. Not going to be a buy for ForZe. They are finding themselves in a bit of a grim state. Z-Power with the scout, seeing if he can work some magic here. Maybe find some early tags, activate those pistols. So far, Liquid in the driving seat. There we go. That's the first tag. He's going back for more, though.
Well, Elige, take it away, Z-Power. That's the opening pick for Team Liquid yet again. Something that they'll definitely be needing more so here because I feel like they lost a lot of these opening engagements on Mirage. There was a lot of the opening kills going in favor of ForZe. And so Team Liquid definitely need to turn that one around, and they've done it quite solidly so far on Overpass. Naf just sitting back outside of Monster. Very passively setting up at this point. Team Liquid just trying to assume as much map control as possible. Stewie's got connector. They've got mid to an extent at this point. And so ForZe are kind of forced back into the bomb sites, and it's really allowing Liquid just to play whatever style they want.
It's tough to really put pressure on a side like Liquid when you don't really have weapons. But you're right, we haven't necessarily seen the same kind of aggression that we saw out of them on Mirage. Not as much of a free flow to it. Might be able to turn it around, though, once they get into another buy. But for now, Liquid are just taking their time, playing this as safely as humanly possible. I think they had enough of a scare on Mirage to the point where they want to start toying around with the lead here. Nap's going to be the one to find Jerry first. Leech follows up as well. I feel like Liquid are one of those teams that just gets terrifyingly dangerous once they start getting a couple of Kriegs mixed in there.
Yeah, I think probably the best Krieg players in the world would probably be like Elige. I'd throw Vinny in there from Furia.
I think someone like Twist doesn't use it all that often, but he is. It just looks like borderline overpowered whenever it's in his hands.
Yeah.
He just keeps one-tapping people left and right.
We've seen Nitro on it as well not so long ago.
Oh yeah, he uses it quite a bit actually, especially on Nuke.
It's kind of good because it gives you you can use a close range, medium range, and long range as well.
I think the big challenge with the weapon is kind of understanding how to deal with the spray pattern and all that kind of stuff, because it's
kind of like an L, but it kind of instead of an angle.
Strays off to a different side, if I'm not mistaken, from other weapons.
It's pretty different. It's like unnatural, but if you sort of recurve your brain into sort of thinking what way it should be, then you generally learn how to control it.
That's very true. And Jerry, I mean, we were talking highly of him leading up to this. Didn't have the strongest of mirages and haven't had a good continuation onto Overpass so far. Hopefully he can get back into the swing of things. For ForZe, they're definitely going to need it as they're 1-9 behind. Liquid looking very strong on their own map pick.
Yeah, if they win this one, it'll be double figures for Team Liquid, and Naf has got the early pick on the Z-Power. The player we sung a lot of praises about being so solid on the opening picks is falling yet again as the first man.
Curious if Naf found the timing as Z-Power was trying to jump on top of the flower bed back there. Might have just been a little bit of misfortune on the end of Z-Power. Nonetheless, it does give Liquid quite a bit of real estate to move forward. Again, ForZe positioning themselves rather aggressively now to get some information. And information they will find in the form of Twist. Taking out Face Crack. Jerry's going to find a lead as he moves up and, well, finds the right timing as well to get a trade there, but Nitro has responded, so still man advantage lies with Liquid. And Sui's already cleared up this B-bomb site. You can see on the radar, Nitro is just making his way back over to what should be a pretty easy bomb plant, but Almazer might make it back in time here.
Well, Stewie just waiting for a player to come towards him, and there it is. Almazer walks right in towards Stewie, taking him away. Lit the last man alive. 1v3 with an AUG. No kit alive, one flashbang. Definitely worth saving this. And we get next number 2, but takes the duel against Stewie, loses it, and it's 10-1 here. Team Liquid have been dominant. There was one round for ForZe that they picked up in the middle, and then Liquid on a 5-win streak.
Yeah, and I mean, for what we were saying about ForZe's, I guess the lead at 1-6, that kind of thing, it didn't look too bad in terms of having hope for ForZe because they were doing a lot of damage to Liquid. They were keeping the numbers low, but right now, Liquid have been able to build up bank. They're winning rounds more comfortably, and it's looking to be a rather quick one.
It's starting to feel like that snowball is starting to roll down the hill. Getting bigger and bigger as Team Liquid start to build their lead. Tody is going to go over the top. Nitro. Oh, Jerry gets aggressive, but Elige off camera gets a double kill on the Face Crack and Flit. So it's into a 4v3. Man advantage there for the T side. And Team Liquid want to make sure that they hold on to it as well. They don't give it away. Z-Power, though, in a position that might just be good for a kill. He sits in a bit of an off angle as well. Just a little bit off the corner, a little bit to the edge. Hoping he can find the edge on one player. Drop him, and that's his job done, but they're not coming towards him. They're going to play it safe, go through middle. Almazer, he's jumping, trying to gather some information, but this could still work for Z-Power. If they're still trained on that position, he could end up with a kill or two here. Completely blinded, though. Elige turns and finds him. And again, well dealt with from Team Liquid.
Not bad at all. Elige, yeah. For some reason, having the Sixth Sense to check his back, even though first Liquid player was allowed to just create havoc on the site for quite some time. Could have been a disaster if he hadn't done so. Instead, it's going to be a very easy round victory for Team Liquid. Going to make it to 11.
Yeah.
ForZe not seemingly able to find an answer to what's going on right now. Tempo from Liquid, just a little bit too much to deal with, not able to find opening frags. Again, just having a real miserable time of it. And it is a bit of a reality check, I guess, from map number 1. Probably feeling on top of the world after that first map win. Now you kind of get to see the true power of Liquid.
So anybody who started to doubt them in that first map, when they come into the second, I think they've made a statement.
Definitely done so up to this point. We'll see if they keep the foot on the gas, really, until, well, 16 rounds is on the board, or if they might let go a little bit of the pressure, allowing ForZe to get back into it. We'll see. Full buy is at least out in full force. Z-Power, Jerry, double off setup.
ForZe managed to get a couple here at the half. It's definitely still competitive, but they start to run on through. Sweep right through a Molotov, takes the kill to Jerry. The rest of them coming through as well. Flit only gets 1 kill, but his fist crack in the barrel still alive. Eventually he is dealt with, and Liquid will continue that man advantage. The bomb plant coming through from Naf. Almeza looking over the top of the smoke, trying to spot anything from heaven. Has got the assist to solve the Z-Power on the AWP. But again, it feels like a broken record at this point. The save call might not be too bad, but again, you're so far down that you just need round wins. So maybe throwing something at it, just see what you can find is the way to go. But not going to find too much as Nitro takes away the headshot. And I think at this point, Z-Power were left with no other option but to carry the AWP into the next one.
There we are. Well, that's not even going to happen. Nitro puts an end to it. And the nightmare just kind of continues for the Russian team right now. Again, that's the second time we've seen Liquid pull out that strat. It's the second time Jerry's had a double, well, been the secondary opera and been caught out both times in similar fashions. Well executed, though, from Liquid. Again, that high tempo. We saw them do this on day 1 versus Spirit as well on their T side. That was so successful. Just tempo, tempo, tempo. Running with the momentum that they had, and the CT side is just left scrambling, not really understanding what's going on before it's too late.
Yeah, and Liquid, you know, they found that formula that's working, and it's easy just to repeat over and over again, and it's getting the results for them. 12-1. This is definitely a great half for them already. The fact that this could be even more dominant. Look at this, Flit. He's in behind the gap. He's going to push through the Molotov. Flashpoint comes in. It looks for the kill to CZ, but Stewie able to pick up to the door. Opens wide, but Fitzcrack will follow it. And it will be Elise taking away Z-Part. Crumbling here again. ForZe, Liquid not losing a single player.
Well, another tag comes in, but it's not enough to net a kill. Sadly for ForZe. Little do they know how close they've become, and well, a fake towards A is being sold as well. Nitro mops up Almazer, and that's 13-1, and this pretty much couldn't get more one-sided than what it is already. It felt like ForZe had a bit of a chance at it, you know, early on in the first 8 rounds, actually doing a lot of damage, getting a fair few kills. Now it's just been a one-team show.
Yeah. I think Jerry's had like 2 kills since the start of the game, since he had that 1 frag early.
Yep, that's he hasn't had the greatest of games. Really struggling to get into his own.
Yeah, it's not going too well here for ForZe. And Liquid looking to try and get themselves a 14-1 half. ForZe, they did find 1 round, but it was just in the middle of nowhere, although this is a good start. Z-Power finding the opening kill for ForZe, and we've seen on Mirage they have quite a successful win rate after they pick up the opening kill.
Yeah, playing with an advantage, that's something they know how to do, then just haven't really gotten to the place where they've found it. Oof, that's a lot of damage from face crack, but no kills, and that's really what matters. Almazer's going to throw out a flash, so keeps Liquid at bay for the time being, but they've also let no, it's Elige actually on the A-bomb side. He's the one who's been able to run around. They won't have any idea that this is coming because Z-Power is playing off by bathrooms, so this could be a disaster.
Oh no. I see it coming already, Elige through heaven. Going to be a player to his left. Well, he spot him immediately. He will. Takes the headshot and looks for a little bit more here. That's enough to trigger the attack from Team Liquid as they start to come on in. Elige cutting off the rotation from the A bomb side. Z-Power can't get anything done. The barrel of the op just toying with Elige, but it will be a kill from Flit. He will finally get rid of Elige, and Jerry hides behind the sandbags. They do not even check it. They don't expect it at all. And the kills from ForZe keep coming through. It's all on Twist. 16 HP, and he will be finished off as well. ForZe pull that off, but still not a great half.
Still not a great half. Jerry does get 2 kills to his name at least, so maybe he's going to start getting warmed up. Face crack, not having the best of results in Monster. You can see sitting at 6 assists, and a lot of instances where we saw Monster pushes from Liquid, he would do significant damage to everyone, but not getting a kill. That's really what they would have needed at that point, because when that Liquid train got started, it was pretty tough to stop, as ForZe noticed. Anyway, at least they got a second one. 100% increase of rounds. You'll take those any day of the week. I see Jerry with the smoke and a Molotov. Let's see what they actually plan to do with this.
Well, Z-Power trying to force the fight towards middle early. That's going to force Elige back over towards the A-bomb side itself to play a little bit more passively. ForZe currently have 3 players positioned outside of Monster, one further back with the bomb. And Z-Power's just been sent on his own, just to try and source as much information as possible, trying to really limit the information Team Liquid can get towards the side of the map as well.
See if he'll find some success here. Might draw a rotation. And it does, so Liquid a little bit out of the spots where they need to be, but they're still hitting their shots.
Yeah, well, it's only Fizz, Crack, and Flit left alone, and Naf's walked around the corner. 1 kill from Flit coming through as well. A little bit awkward for Naf, still not the kill.
Just pretending that he's shooting at the box the entire time. Not sure what you guys were hinting at. So always shooting at the box.
Yeah, that box, Naf just has something against it.
They have a history. But yeah,
that's why he looks so so angry.
Could be.
So unemotional.
Yeah, and I mean, GG Bet having, well, no remorse. They're being pretty brutal with this. Liquid 1 in odds. And ForZe not being left too much of a chance to get back into this 13.51, and you can't really blame them for that. It's been, yep, a one-way street. It's been all about Team Liquid here on the second one after ForZe gave them a bit of a scare on Mirage, taking that 16-8. So likelihood of us seeing a decider, which would be Inferno, seemingly, well, the place we're going. I don't see a comeback happening from this. I have a very hard time seeing that being a realistic thing.
And if we do go to Inferno, I think we'll probably see a bit more of a fight from ForZe. It's one of their best maps as well. They play quite well on it.
Yep.
But obviously Liquid being a very solid team on Inferno as well. I'm looking forward to seeing that match. So here we are. This could be approaching the end of Overpass, but it is going to be Amazing running straight through the Molotov in towards the B-bomb site. Elige and Twist getting it done on the 2 early kills. Nitro with another. Very awkward and long, but eventually will pick it up. Now Z-Power, the last man standing, trying to find at least something. He does get the 1 kill, but he's dropped by Nitro. So map point here for Team Liquid on the second map of this series. If you are just tuning in, we are currently on the second map. The first went in favor of ForZe 16-8. So not a scoreline many predicted, but Liquid, they make the statement here on Overpass.
Yeah, I think this is, if you were to give people 2 options, what would be the most likely result? 16-8 on Mirage for ForZe, or 16-2 potentially to Liquid on Overpass? I think 100% of people would have gone with this one. Flit's going to find Stewie. He gets very aggressive over towards stairs. What they do not expect, though, is the double aggressive push here from Long. He probably could have extended the tide. Actually, Z-Power had an inkling. There you have it, I suppose. Nitro gets caught out as well. Sandwiched. Molotov not stopping Flit. Well, might not be 16-2 after all.
There's not a whole lot of money on Liquid as well. So in the next one, they're probably going to be on a low buy.
Yeah.
ForZe have an opportunity here to try and build that scoreline up a little bit more to a respectable one.
Yeah, I feel a little bit better about how this map turned out. Probably leave at least going into a third map with a hint of a good feeling. Just knowing that it's still doable. Andre gets caught out at the wrong time, picking up that Molotov, and doesn't really matter in the whole grand scheme of things. It's the rest of the team from ForZe is moving over towards B.
Oh no, though.
wow,
the bomb plan has
yeah.
been denied. Naf able to pick that up, and perhaps it will be 16-2 here as it's a 2v3. The bomb lies in default, and Twist is close by. He'll check the corner. He's made the right call. Jerry's been finished off, and it's happening here for Liquid. How have they made this happen? Flit, 4 HP. It was looking so good for ForZe. But Team Liquid, they do the impossible. Twist and Naf pulling it off, although Flit trying to get it done. He will find 2, and ForZe, they survive the scare there. Oh, I don't know what way that was going to go.
Yeah, dear lord, that got messy real quick. Well, leave it to the guy with 4 HP to clutch a 1v2, obviously.
Were they both looking at the same angle there?
I'm not sure if they're looking at, no, I don't think they were looking at the same angle. I think, well, I think it was Naf that initially at the very end there, that he was looking towards basically somebody sneaking down into water, if he just let people pass, monster, that kind of thing. Nonetheless, though, great job from Flit. He's sitting at 18 frags currently. That's, well, miles above anyone else on his side.
Well, we see the Nova back in play. This time on a Liege. We'll see if he can work any wonders with it. But ForZe should be favored to win this round. I mean, they have the better weapons. They have the utility to work with. The Liquid. Can we get this Nova? There we go. Liege getting it done.
Swaps it out for Galil. Sees if he can get more. Jerry shuts him down, though. And a lot of steps happening on that B short area. We'll be able to, find 2 there. Face crack and Jerry goes down. 2v1 situation. Z Power all alone, bombed down, but Liquid are not aware to this.
So the pistols from Liquid have just put them in a prime position to take this map. Incredible stuff from Twist.
Nitro? Hello?
Is he timed out?
Nitro?
Hello?
Okay, yeah, no, he's here. He's here.
Okay. What?
I'm assuming he saw. See, this is a situation where he could have looked at radar. He could have looked at one of his teammates to really, what he wants to do. That is a bit of a curious one. Yeah, no, Nitro's like, wait, what? How did that Molotov land?
He has no idea. This is unreal. Z-Power's on B. He's walking right past Nitro.
But Z-Power doesn't really have time. He actually doesn't have time. Okay. No, that was a bit of an anticlimactic way to end the map, but Z-Power not necessarily realizing how much time it would take to actually get round and about. And that's going to be a 16th round. Team Liquid, 16-3, ends up being the final score. And